Hi, everybody. I already see there's people there. This is Elisha Keating from wisdomseekers.net, emphasis on the .net. And hi, it's very cool to see you all there so fast. I'm going to do this today rather than Aaron because I asked Aaron if she'd help me figure out how to do Instagram so that we can move on to Instagram as well as YouTube and Facebook. So here we are, and we have one question.
Yeah. Lovely Ace asks, "Hi, will I hear about this job offer this month of October? Thank you."
Okay, that's a specific job offer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 19th is Saturday, right?
Yep.
Okay, so probably by the end of this week, the likelihood is you will hear because I heard by Saturday, and Saturday's it's a holiday.
Well, it's the weekend.
It's la weekend. Say la weekend. So I think you will. Yes, my feeling is that yes, you will definitely get hear something by. Well, they said the 19th, so obviously it's the 18th. Unless you're on the other side of the world and it's my 19th. Okay. Good luck, lovely Ace.
Speaking of other side of the world, hello, Debbie.
Hey.
Malipale says hello, Elisha and Elle. Hello.
And
Jen Taylor says hello.
Hi, Jen.
Lovely Ace says thank you so much.
And hi, Melly. Hi, I'm Melly Polly too. It's just I'm just a little surprised because we're a little ahead of schedule, and I just thought I'd jump on.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's been a long day for me.
It's been a long weekend. You know, the Thanksgiving weekend, yeah, it's a little longer than we anticipated.
Holidays are...
They're really hard on us.
They're not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not.
Tari Avalos says hello.
Hi, Tari.
Malapale asks, what are Gemini's plans and actions for me / us?
Us. I like the us. I like the confidence in there. So first of all, it sounds a little funny since I know you've known each other quite a while. He plans on getting to know you again, but this time he's going to take a little more time and get to know what he calls the real you, because he's had a chance to meet the real you since before, and he's very intrigued by the real you, and there at this point there's no plans for anything like cohabitation, but there's other plans. I do think there might be a weekend away involved, but at this moment he's very excited about meeting the real you. I know that sounds really funny, but that part of you that he didn't bother to get to know before. Okay.
Angela Patterson says, hello, Elisha and Elle. I hope you are both well. And
well, I am. I'm not sure about her yet.
It's still undetermined. I'm tired.
Yeah, she went to babysit her niece and nephew today, which is like an hour and a half away, and she went up early and she came back, and in the meantime she dealt with a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Yeah.
Anyhow, she asks, just wondering if my guides have any advice in regards to the connection I have with Terry. Anything will help me move forward or break the cords.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying, actually. Okay, Terry. Like a great deal of men, unfortunately, He has a lot of fear. And that's kind of sad, the amount of fear he does have. Um, I I would love to say it's a fear he could easily get over, but it's grounded in his childhood. It's not because of you actually, but it has somebody who appears to be a mother figure has instilled a great deal of fear for relationships, for the opposite sex, for women in particular. I don't know what his mother was like, honestly. It could have been somebody else, but there is a great deal of fear there, and I don't see that it's an easily moved fear. If he's taken a long time and nothing's moved forward, it's not because of who you are, it's because of his fears. He would like to have moved forward, but at the same time, you can only give so much time to an individual before you just say, okay, they have to deal with their own stuff and let it go. Okay? And in this case, and this is my opinion, it's not psychic. In this case, though he is a very nice human being, I suspect moving forward would be your best option at this moment. And that is my opinion only. It's nothing, and because it's my opinion, that's all it is. Okay. So
Next.
mhm.
Lori Dotson says hello.
Hi,
Sending
Lori.
love and light to all here.
Are you feeling better?
Angela Patterson said thank you. Jen Taylor says, may I ask for any guidance from my guides? Many thanks and hope you had a relaxing holiday. Are holidays relaxing?
I don't think holidays are relaxing, but they were actually really good.
They were.
But not relaxing. Okay, Jen. So this is really nice. They're sitting up there and they're going, "Yay! Yay!" They're really pleased with you. The stride, you've made a huge stride forward in the last it feels like a couple of days. So they're very pleased with you. They're your guides, and then they say, "Just wait to see what's coming next." I think that's a threat. It feels a little bit like a threat, not a mean threat, but yeah, just a little bit. Something's coming forward for you because you made a choice and a change, but they're laughing when they say, "Just wait to see what's coming for you next." They have every confidence in you that what's coming up is something you can handle with aplomb. Okay.
She says, thank you, and probably my mom. Cynthia Hall says, hello. Can you please give me a message from my spirit guides? I'm in a rough situation. Thank you.
Okay. What was her name again? Cynthia.
Cynthia.
So they're telling me to sit tight. It's not going to last that long, much longer, what you're going through. You have actually got all their support, your guide support, their support. You're very now this is unusual. They don't usually tell me something like this. They say what you're going through is actually fair to you, but it is also a lesson for you to breathe deeply, ground, and trust. And trusting, for me, I find trusting is extremely hard when we're supposed to trust the universe. but they're asking you to trust them in this regard, and breathe deeply and try to not overthink. So quiet mind as much as you can possibly do it. Don't think. And if you start thinking too much, think about toast. Break the cycle. And when you go back, you think about toast or leprechauns. Our
Count out of order.
count out of order is a really good one. So just try to break the cycle of thought, and a lot of deep breathing is what and grounding is what they're recommending. And please try to trust that things are going to be all right for you. That's a tough one. I feel it.
Angela Williams says, hey. Lily Dulo says, hello.
Hi, Lily.
Oh, so nice to have you here. I have addressed an issue to the police. How long approximately can the investigation last? Do I have a chance to recover the loss? Thank you a lot.
%79% chance you will recover the loss. And that's pretty good percentage. How long? Unfortunately, the wheels of justice grind slowly. So keep on living your life, but do the best you can. And I know this is not what you asked, but this is what I'm getting. There's a new job coming up for you fairly soon if you choose to take it. Okay? So think very carefully about what your priorities are. And this one is, I know this sounds funny, but this is a paying job, or a job that pays well, decently. And I can't tell you exactly when it's coming. I just feel that this came in and you didn't ask about it, but okay.
The Polynesian Princess says, hey, Eliz-sha, I had a great 21st birthday yesterday.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
And that's really nice. 21st is a huge one.
Yes, you're legal all around the world.
All around the world.
I should paraphrase. You're legal drinking age all around the world. There we go. Angela Williams asks, will Marcus come back to reconcile with me?
I suspect Marcus realized that he's the one that actually jumped the gun, so to speak, and made a mistake in his reasoning, and he's a little embarrassed. But yeah, he would like to come back. I'm not actually seeing him coming back, but I see him dragging his feet, walking away from you, his shoulders slumped and like, oh, I made a dumb move. I can't promise he's going to come back from that, because if his ego gets in the way, there's nothing anybody can do to make him go, maybe I should go back and fix it. But he does know that it was on him, not on anybody else, and he does know he's not happy with himself. Again, at this moment, he's not saying he's going to come back, but there's potential. Okay.
Just real quick, Lori Dawson, you are the sweetest person. She says, Elle, you need a nap. It really helps. Sending you healing vibes, dear soul sister. Can you all join me in sending Elle healing and energy vibes, please? Thank you in advance. You are legitimately one of the sweetest people in this community of ours. Thank you so much. Also, I would love a nap. I just haven't had the time for one.
Yeah, I said we're going to jump on now, and she says, "Oh, okay," blurry-eyed.
But thank you, everyone.
And we do appreciate. We do know what healing energy does for a person, and we do appreciate it a great deal.
Yes, and when we can, we do send it back.
We do.
Yeah. Or we pass it forward to those who need it.
Yeah.
So thank you, and thank you. Maria Herrera says hello.
Hi, Maria.
Tari Avalos asks, what is Ivana thinking of me?
Ivana.
That's a lovely name, actually.
That's what I was thinking.
Telepathy is real, guys.
You can tell she's punch drunk, can't you?
A little bit.
But hush.
I told them.
So when she thinks of you, her eyes sparkle. She sort of she flutters her eyelashes a bit. So obviously there's quite an attraction towards you. She's a bit of a flirt, and she flirts a lot, this lady, but there's no animosity. There's no. I don't want to be bothered with this person. It's sort of more of a. I wonder what the future's going to bring. Energy, and she seems like a fun person. I mean, she's a flirt, which doesn't mean too much, honestly, but she does feel like her energy feels pretty decent. And I don't know if that's exactly what you wanted to hear, but hang on.
No, Jen, my middle sister just wants an eraser for schoolwork, but we don't have any.
I don't have any. I don't use them.
Because we use pens or computers.
Yeah.
Bye-bye!
Okay. So yeah, I think if you're waiting on a sign, you might have to make the sign up yourself to get what you want. So maybe don't hesitate. Maybe reach out and just do. Does that make any sense? Okay.
Lori Dotson asks, will I find or gain more money? I found $10 on Friday. Glad you made it back home safe to us. I feel something big is coming in for me. Free money is always nice.
Yeah. Then she just reminds me of me sometimes in my going back and
Your
forth.
train of thought?
Yeah.
Yep.
Something big. Something big. I do believe you're right there, Lori. Something, because you have showed a great deal of signs of things coming your way in a very positive way. And what are you chicken?
I'm saving the dogs from themselves.
Oh, okay. It feels like I actually think you're going to make it happen just because of your positive energy. So I think you're right. And it's not necessarily just money. It can be something else that that money can't buy. But I do feel that it will bring in a higher standard of living. So congratulations before, and not even knowing what it is. Congratulations.
The Polynesian Princess asks, can I ask you why Cameron hasn't wished me a happy birthday?
Okay, he does know it's your birthday. He's being a little cranky. Did you? And it has to do with social media, I think. Did you show pictures? Did you show pictures of you with a bunch of people and maybe guys involved? Because it is coming across, quite frankly, is a bit of jealousy. That there seems to be other people involved in other males around you, and he doesn't know who they are. So it just seems to me that he's a little bit, his nose is out of joint. And I don't know how you can rectify that, honestly, because social media is it's a very difficult, it's beyond my scope. Let's put it that way. I don't quite, I use social media for my wisdom seekers, but I try not to. I don't do too much of my own stuff on there, because, like I say, it's beyond my scope. So, do you have anything to add to that? You know a little more.
Social media is just a minefield of toxic, but you don't need me to tell you that.
Yeah, it's like he's got a. All I can tell you for sure is is something about social media, because he said he knows your birthday and he's jealous. Okay, that's the only thing I know for sure.
Excuse me. Blossom 11 says, hello, what messages do my guardian angels have for me?
First of all, they say you're doing well, but just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on going forward the way you're going forward. It does appear that there is a little bit of a, what's the word? It appears like it's a little bit of an emotional minefield, but it's just and they're reiterating, but it's just a test that's coming up. Don't take it personally. Don't give it too much energy. What else? Yeah, just whatever's coming up, don't give it too much energy. It's just a test. Okay? But you're doing well. That's why you're getting you're getting that test. Don't you love it when they give you tests just to see that you've learned what you have learned? Good luck on that one, because sometimes the tests are harder than the lesson
itself.
Mm-hmm.
They're a joy.
Yeah.
Chantel Penner asks, hi, Eliz-sha and Elle.
Hi.
Fancy seeing you here, Jen. LOL. Any ideas where the majority of my crystals have gotten to?
Oh.
The ether and beyond.
Let's see. That one's an interesting question that I've never actually had that. Okay. So some of them should be coming back to you. It's like you're on this parallel line, and then over in this line, which is parallel but not next to you, it's maybe 3 lines over. You don't have crystals, and all of a sudden that you in that line does have a bunch of crystals, and they're going, what the heck? how did I get these? But the majority of them should be coming back to you. And it feels like you're going to find them in a really weird place when they do come back to you. It's all I'm seeing is like drapery. It could be a curtain. It could be a bed that's where they're under the bed sheet. You know when it hangs down over the bed, under the bed, but just there. It could be something like that. But the majority of them will be coming back to you. And I know this sounds really funny, but the ringleader is a black stone. And don't ask me what that means, because they're not giving me any more than that, than the ringleader is a black stone who sort of says, okay, let's go and try this out. And your energy must be really powerful for the crystals to be that sentient. So good luck.
Malapale says, wow, thank you, Eliz-sha and Elle. You're welcome.
As I said, she's a bit punch drunk.
I'm tired. Maria Herrera asks, hi, do you see any money coming my way? Thank you.
There seems to be a little bit of money coming towards you for Christmas, so that your Christmas is is more fun than you anticipated. I don't see a great deal of money. I mean extra money, not more than what you already have. So, but I do see that where there's celebration, somehow or other, you will always have a little extra money, and so you're always at a state of just being comfortable. But that in the future could change quite nicely. Just wait and see. I think in the new year, there's a lot of things going to change and shift for people where it comes to money, and people will find that they have more money than they used to have. But that's not till the new year, and I don't know what part of the new year. I just have a feeling that things are going to ease up for people. Okay.
Because YouTube chat jumped on me, Chantel Penner says, thank you. I'd like to send them to others who can use them. Smiley face. My Onyx Raven. Laughing tears, laughing tears.
Okay. Tears. So your Onyx Raven is quite a character. Even the name says it's a character, right?
B. Erla says, hello, Eliz-sha and Elle. Hello.
Hi, B.
The Polynesian princess says, thank you.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to explain that better.
Oh, she also says that it's weird. I haven't hung out with any male friends. I barely get on social media. He must have been snooping and found something that made him paranoid. The pictures were of me by myself, all dressed up. Haha.
Okay. Oh, and no girls in the picture? Huh. Because did any of your friends take pictures of you and put them on their
social media?
Because what I saw was a group of people having fun. So look on your friends. If you look on your friends' media, see if there's anything there. Because I did see to me it appeared to be a group. Okay.
Lakeisha W asks, "Hi Eliz-sha, why does my mom have a problem with me moving out on my own and having a life of my own? I feel it's time for me to do that."
Moms never want to lose their babies. It's really hard on their energy. And you should actually sit down and ask her. It might be that she has valid reasons, or it might simply be she's just not ready to let her kids fly the roost yet. But being a mom, I mean, watching my kids one by one get up and leave, and then one by one come back. Well, except for the eldest one. It's very difficult to keep your mouth shut and not say things about not have an opinion about what's happening. And it might be simply too that she needs, and not willing to tell you, but that she needs the money that you bring in, or thinks she needs the money that you bring in. It doesn't mean she does. It just she thinks she does. So, you can sit down and figure that out by yourself or with her. I doubt that the feeling I get from your mom is that she's not about to tell you a lot of things. So I don't know how you would how that would work for you. But sit down and figure out what her problem is yourself, because I don't think you're going to get a straight answer from her. That's really yeah, it's actually quite interesting. Your mother's a very interesting personality. She's not particularly open to discussions, is what I'm picking up. So you're going to have to figure that out on your own, whether she actually needs you or just. And I suspect she doesn't actually need you. I suspect she just doesn't want you to leave, and she thinks that she needs you. But I don't know for sure, because you can't know for sure. If that makes sense. I mean, that was really rambling. I really apologize for that. I've been doing a lot of rambling lately since I was sick, and I'm going to get better, I promise you. It's just going to take me a while to get my energy back to full on. But yeah, your mother is a very convoluted human being, which is good, because that means that she's got a lot of depth, but she also has a few insecurities which you don't have. And I suspect, unless you're way younger than I think you are, you're probably fine. It's probably fine for you to get out on your own, and grow, because that's what happens when you get out on your own. You do grow. Really, I really am quite convoluted today.
Yep. We're quite prepared. Excuse me. B. Erla asks, "If I may ask, is music the right fit for me? Am I on the right path with it? Thank you, Eliz-sha." And L.
As I said, she's quite.
No, that's how it's written. It's cap locks up to your name, and then and L. So.
Okay, so obviously Elle thinks that's hilarious.
I'm a little punch drunk.
She just a little bit, yes. Music. music actually is going to follow you for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're trying to make a living at it, do also do the fun stuff. Do the stuff go out singing and things like that. Do it. I don't know, nowadays I guess it's if you do it online rather than go out. But if you're professionally trained, try and make sure you get papers so that you can teach as well. Not that you're going to be a teacher, but it's nice to have that fallback. And so I didn't actually see online. I do believe that's a a really good way of doing it. But I do see you singing in front of an audience. And if you can do that, I would recommend that you do that a lot. And eventually you are going to be paid for what you do. And it's going to pay. So it's going to take a while, but eventually you're going to fill a stadium with people. But before that, you will be able to make a living at it, which should be, what I would say is sufficient, but what you're envisioning won't come for a while. And I'm assuming that with your thinking about career, I'm assuming that you're still quite young. And so by the time you're 30 or 35, things are going to shift and change in a big way for you, and you will fill an auditorium, stadium or audience, a big venue. I'm going to go with big venue.
Though if you do the online route, look up the Rogue Rocket. They did an in-depth how the music career, both online, more online than by a record label works. So check it out. It might give you some ideas of how to do stuff. Yeah.
And she did say stuff. But I do feel you will have to pay your dues, unfortunately. But I do envision the future to be. I see you ecstatic and happy. Hi. So there's
okay. For Lakeisha.
Hi, Lakeisha.
W, with the $2 super chat asks, do you see any money coming my way?
Okay. I do. Be very, very careful what you do with it, because it appears to be on wings. So the money comes, and it might not stay very long, as basically money on wings would mean. So yes, but do be careful what you do with it. And money coming in is so easy to money going out. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of cute. Dollar bills with wings. So it could also mean that it's coming in on the wings of an angel. So it could also mean that it's very special money for you. So yeah, good luck on that. I do believe it should be coming soon, because it wasn't far away. It wasn't close, but it wasn't far away either. So it's not like it's tomorrow sort of thing, but it is soon. Okay.
Gotta go all the way back. Not that far back. Okay.
I like to keep my hands busy. That's the, so you see me fiddling with things. I'm just keeping my hands busy.
She's making a ring.
I am making a ring.
Mimi asks, how does Dario feel about me?
Oops, just lost the ring. Dario. I think Dario feels that he's a little out of touch. He feels like he's on top of a mountain looking down on creation, so to speak. And he's not really in touch with reality. And I can be 100% wrong, but I think Dario has a slightly larger ego than is necessary. But having said that, he likes you. He thinks you're a really nice human being. And he would date you. The guy's a bit full of himself, basically. So think twice before you get too involved. It might be that he just needs to have his ego deflated and he'd be perfectly fine. I don't know why he's got a slightly larger belief in who he is than he maybe necessarily requires. But do be aware that he's a tad self-centered. Okay.
Debbie asks, can my counselor help me anymore, or is it time to look for somebody new?
The fact that you asked that question suggests that you already know the answer. And it probably, and my feeling is, though she's helped you a great deal, it's time for a fresh viewpoint. Somebody who's a little more worldly wise and a little more open. And maybe somebody has more understanding of what it is to be on the spiritual path.
Not to throw Jen Taylor under the bus, but I'm going to throw Jen Taylor under the bus. She is a very nice lady, and she does help quite a bit.
She is excellent. She is excellent. We cannot deny that. But having said that, if your counselor is it's paid for from your medical system, it might be a little cheaper just to stay there. But you're more than welcome to try Jen out, because I had to say she's probably one of the best I've ever run across. Okay.
Yeah, and again, all the readers and counselors and people we suggest, we use or talk to ourselves.
Yes. So anyhow, that's what I've been playing with. It's really hard to see, isn't it? It's actually kind of pretty.
Mela Palette says, always looking forward to you and Elle coming live.
Thank you.
Ashley S. asks, will Joe and I ever be in a relationship?
So I went in, instead of getting the no I expected, I got a yes. And then it stopped. I would go back and ask. So basically, He has every intentions of being in a relationship with you. He just has to have things perfect. Okay, that to me is okay. That would be a very interesting person to live with, where things have to be perfect. But it appears he wants to make sure he has enough money to to make the relationship worthwhile. So that's a plus because he would be a very good provider. It might not be so plus with you have to have the house clean 24/7. But yeah, Joe is very interested.
Next.
Yes.
Puzzle of Life asks, "Hi, what great things should I expect this week from my spirit guides? #birthday week. LOL. Thank you."
Yeah, happy birthday. A lot of Libras on, hey? Okay, birthday week. What should you? So it does appear there should be some kind of a party going on for you, with you, and it might be one where the girls just come over and grab you and say, "We're going out." It does appear that there is a cake, and I haven't seen it looks like a fun cake. It might, but cakes are subjective, Not everybody wants a cake, but there's, the candles and things like that you blow out, etc., etc. It does. I do see you being very happy and laughing a lot. Be careful what you drink or how much of it that you drink. But I don't see any negative repercussions, and I do see a lot of laughter and joking and teasing and a little bit of hijinks. And I don't mean a lot of hijinks. I don't, I mean little funny things, not huge. But it will be a memorable. It will be a memorable birthday, in that you enjoy you enjoy the laughter. Okay.
Lily Dulo says, "Yes, I have an offer, and I will continue my life healthy without thinking too much about the past. But sometimes I remember. Thank you a lot."
Well, you should remember. You never want to forget. It's how you think about it that matters.
How does that saying go? Forgive but never forget.
Something like that. Yeah.
Elantra Cook says, "Hey,
Elantra.
Why is Marquise ignoring me?"
Mostly because he's an idiot who would ignore somebody like you. But having said that, I would go ask him. Okay, what he said was, it's just the energy is just quite intense between the two of you, and it kind of he doesn't know how to deal with it at times. You're not one of these girls that casually just casually lives life. You have an intensity about you that he finds a little overwhelming at times, and doesn't know how to deal with, of course, obviously, which, since we're not, as a society, we're not trained to deal with people's emotions, it makes it very difficult. So when you are mothers out there, just remember to teach your children how to deal with emotions, because society doesn't do that. And if they're taught how to deal with their emotions, then they wouldn't have all this stuff going on. That's going, why Why did he back off? Why did this happen? Because they would know how to deal with things properly. Okay, having said that, I think just give him a little bit of time, and he will probably come back. He will probably come back online again. He's just sometimes it's a little more than his psyche can handle, and it's possible he will eventually get to a place where he understands and can grow up.
Next.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything more.
Christina Tor
Hi, Christina.
says, hello, Elisha. My situation here is still up and down, especially with the job. Can you please tell me what the universe or my guardian angel or even my ancestors want to say to me? Thank you.
Okay. So they're kind of suggesting that the job is up and down because that's not your landing spot. That it would probably be a good idea to start looking for something else, because this fit is not it just isn't the fit that's good best for you. The next it's like they say, they don't promise, but they sort of hint that the next landing spot is far better for you. So look for a job while you've got a job, because finding a job from a job is so much easier. And that's something you hear me say all the time, but it's also true. And look for something that's sort of in line with what you're doing, but slightly out different, just slightly different. And that could probably, the slightly different could be that it's a different set of owners or bosses or something like that. But your guides say they have your back, and they also suggest, like I said earlier, trust the universe, that things are going to turn out all right. The feeling that you have, like you've were in an elevator and went down too fast and your stomach didn't go with you, that's telling you that there's something coming up for. So just start doing your footwork now. I hope that's good news.
Ashley S says, sorry for not saying hi when I came in. It's okay. Mellow Yellow says, yes, sending healing rays. Lynn, that author lady that's on our Facebook, author/artist lady.
All right.
I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher your name, and it's kind of intimidating to look at. She says hello.
Hi, love your paintings.
It's a lovely name, but it's intimidating.
Yeah, I love the paintings you put on our group.
Yes, they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
This lady does art on leaves.
On leaves.
And rocks.
She does art on a lot of different
materials.
Yeah.
It is quite lovely. If
ethereal.
Yeah. You should give her a follow if she puts her website in the comments. She does lovely work.
Yeah, and she also writes books that are, well, two kinds. She writes children's books, and she writes fantasy books, which I adore fantasy. So, but she's a published author as well. And her kids' books would be great Christmas presents, by the way, if you have young kids.
Yeah. Tari Avalos says, thank you really much. Angela Williams says thank you so much, and yes, he made a huge mistake. He has made a huge mistake. Lynn asks, if you have time, may I ask if I should start querying for a lit agent now or wait until after Mercury retrograde?
Oh, I think that's a no-brainer. Wait for Mercury retrograde to go, whatever it's called. Go out of Mercury retrograde. You can do the footwork now, unless you already know who you want. But don't reach out to anybody.
Valbona B says hello. How are you?
Hi.
Lori Dawson says, money can't buy true friends. I'm very thankful for the energy every time we get together. Everyone has such good vibes. I can feel it. I read that, and suddenly the Beatles song, I'll give you all I got to give if it makes you feel all right. Popped into my head, and yeah.
And also another one that I really like is the Beach Boys. We're all surfing on a good vibration. And not that people are going to, not that that they're going to get much money from us, but there's so much stuff out there we can't actually.
Their YouTube is actually changing that.
Oh, really? Good.
Because a lot of people, I mean, you can't always control what's on the radio and who's turning it on and when. Anyhow, that's a tangent for another time.
Yep. Well, that's good because I like to sing snippets.
Yeah.
My mother used to tell poetry. I sing snippets.
Yeah. And technically, we can sing up to like 15 seconds.
Okay, we didn't get 15 seconds.
No, so we're good.
And I never get that 15 seconds.
Jen Taylor says, yes, Lori, I agree. Lori says, confirmation. Nicole Hamu asks, hi, would I meet up with Jason again in January next year for my birthday, and would it be a good meeting? Thank you.
Jason. So I can only tell you what he's told me and what I pick up from him. And what I pick up from him is that he doesn't have a very strong self-opinion. And because of that, it colors what I'm picking up. He may be a wonderful human being, but he doesn't view himself as really nice. So he would like to meet up with you in January for your birthday, but like I said, he's self-depreciating, and so be very careful. People who have a low self-esteem generally have a self-fulfilling prophecy of messing things up, not because he's not a good person, but because his self-esteem is low. Okay.
Okay. B. Erla laughed because of sentient crystals. She goes, sentient crystals? Ah, so cute.
Well, according to some of the psychics, in the last 10 years, we're moving from a carbon base to a silicate base. So it does make sense. And we have heard of singing crystals, right? Mm. In all the sci fantasy books, we have sentient crystals.
And aren't the crystal skulls
they sentient? Are, yes. They're like a computer.
So it's not super
so like this
there.
this is Gerard. And he's not a singing skull, though. But he is. But he
He's a
is.
mouthy one, though.
He's a what?
He's a mouthy one, though.
Yes, a little bit. But all of my crystal skulls are kind of mouthy. Elizabeth, Lady Elizabeth, is the mouthiest of them all, and that would be my rose quartz. So she's very mouthy, and says some naughty things at times, and sometimes I put what they say on Facebook group.
Yeah,
which I haven't done for a long time.
No, but you should follow because they are quite humorous. And
when I do put them up, they are funny.
Yeah, and we have another one. He's in my room. He's a dragon
Jasper.
Blood Jasper.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. He's not so mouthy.
I mean, he has his sarcastic moments.
He's sarcastic, but not mouthy.
Maria Herrera says, thank you so much. Gina Joyce says, I'm torn between a Leo and an Aquarius. Both are wonderful people. Any insight as to which one I should focus on?
I would suggest you ask your heart. And because that's a really tricky one for me. My opinion is try the Aquarius first, but don't rule out the Leo, of course, until your heart is sure. But and I'll tell you what you do. You empty your mind. You take the question into your heart, and do it Leo, and do it Aquarius. Don't do Leo and Aquarius together, and put it into your heart. The trick is you cannot think. So the first 30 seconds, you should get an answer. And sometimes it takes practice. Sometimes you just take it off and fly. You will have a knowing. You will hear. You will feel. You will see. There's many ways of getting the answer as there are people, but try doing that. Okay. And your heart knows, because your heart is connected to the great superconscious or the subconscious, whatever. And because the heart is related or in touch with the superconscious, it means it's in touch with your higher self, and your higher self should answer you correctly.
Mellow Yellow says, New Year's sounds great. Gina Joyce says, hi all. Lakeisha W says, I understand. I just want to have my own life, a life of my own. And
I hope you, and I don't see that you shouldn't. She just has a there's something there, and I can't quite get my finger on it, but it doesn't mean that it's legitimate. And that's what I'm suggesting you find out, whether it's something legitimate or not.
She adds, yes, that's true. Yes, she's not open with emotions, and you're speaking the truth.
And then that's really hard, because obviously luckily for you, she didn't pass it on to you. And somehow or other, you are a lifeline for her. I'm not sure how. Okay, because who you are here is who you are in the energy, just sometimes a little clearer.
Jen Taylor adds, forgive me if not my place, but I feel it has to do more with your mom more than you. Fear of empty nest. Which that's kind of what I picked up too.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking that, but there might be something legitimate. And Jen, you're always welcome to step in. We'll get you to do one of these. Actually, I've been trying to get you to do one of these where you sit and answer people's questions from a trained therapist's point of view, because I am 100% sure people would love to hear, 99% sure that people would love to hear from a therapist's point of view what I give out as psychic advice. So think about it. That might be what they're. That's what your guides are talking about. I love it. What does that do?
The evil idea. Good. Dunn's Light says, please, how can I stop psychic and other attacks? They are preventing me from progressing. Shield.
Yeah, no. This one, can you message me? It's Elisha Keating on Facebook Messenger. And not Wisdom Seekers Messenger. Facebook Messenger, Elisha Keating. That's a little more than one than I can provide here.
B. Erla says, I play the piano. I don't sing, but I'm really looking for a way to be a classical song accompanist.
That's why I saw you, okay? Because I saw long dresses and socks and a big pianos, the grand pianos.
And I'm studying formally and trained also as a teacher.
Okay, good. I don't think the teaching is all that important, but until maybe you're wanting to semi-retire. If you have any form of voice, take some voice lessons. And there was a former pianist, and he's passed over now, but he played gorgeous. He's gorgeous, but he knew he didn't have, with all the competition, he knew he didn't have a chance. So he also incorporated a little humor into his piano playing. He's a really famous guy, and I can't remember his name. Anyhow, if I remember it, I'll try and put it on the next one. But he wore all these sequin suits and things like that. And you probably know who I'm talking about. But that's something you could consider is getting not just formal education and this, but having something, a hook. But yeah, I can hear your music. It's really good. And I think other people will also hear your music and appreciate it.
Next.
I can't. I don't actually. I can't. Liberace. Thank you, Jen. Liberace. Look up Liberace. He was he played beautifully, and that was his hook. He was a comedian. He was comedic, and but that's not what I'm recommending necessarily for you. Go to the big fancy hotels. Go to the big fancy hotels that have piano players that play in the lounges and things like that. But fancy, not necessarily a drinking establishment, but someplace where you play background music. That will get you a start. It's not the end. It's just a stepping stone that will provide you money. Okay.
Donna Thomas asks, hi, will my husband's lawsuit be settled soon with a large amount of money?
I believe you're going to get enough to make you happy. I see the two of you going, yes, but it will not be probably as much as you're asking for, but it'll be enough to make you go, yes. Okay. And soon, well, honest to God, timing is not my forte, but it's not far away. It's probably in the next month or so. Like I say, timing's not my forte.
Malapale says, nice ring. South Sea Pearl.
Uh,
Isn't that a howlite?
yeah, I think
The
this
white
is,
stone?
it's a howlite actually. It's
We got it off of Amazon.
yeah, but it is a nice, I like it. That's why I keep using it. But it's, yeah. But I'm getting to the place where eventually I'd be good enough to sell. But I'm just learning, so
It's getting there.
it's getting there. My daughter, my eldest daughter, I showed her 2 rings. She put them on her finger and walked away. So she's picky. So they must be getting good.
Lori Dotson says, I want to know what stone is in it. You are putting energy in it while you create it.
I always do. Everything that comes from me has energy in it. It's just so, like, for instance, I'm making this for a young man who has autism, and yeah, put energy into everything I create, and I'm hoping like heck this will help. I'm really hoping this will help, because then if it does, then I can make a bunch of them and pass them out to kids with autism or ADHD or whatever the alphabet is that they've got.
Stacy Libra says,
Stacy Libra,
yeah.
Happy birthday.
How does my Sagittarius man feel about me?
And so the song that came into my mind was, I want to dance all night, and I don't know the rest of the tune. But he really likes you a lot. There's a lot of romance there. A problem with romance: when the romance dies, you have to figure out whether you still like the person. At this point, he's very romantic, and if he's one of these people that can keep romance alive for the rest of your life, like the Daisy a Day guy, then you've got it made. Okay.
Ashley S says, or Champagne C says, hey Eliz-sha. Ashley S says, thank you. Champagne C asks, I'm wondering what's going on with the energies in my love life, please, and thank you.
Champagne, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've been telling you, your energy is shifting and you're growing, right? So probably right now your love life's in the dumpster, and you want it to stay that way until you get to a new level, because you're going to attract new people who will be at your level. And so you don't want anybody to come in right now, because you're not fully here, you're not fully there, though you're more here than there. But until you are fully there and integrated, you don't really want to attract too many guys. And if you're attracting a lot of guys, then it means you're really solidly on this side, and all you have to do is figure out which one's the best one for you. So, because you're really, really close to being on this side, right? Your energy has shifted quite a bit in the last, since I've met you. I hope that's adequate answer.
Puzzle of Life says, I love cake, LOL. Yeah, I don't drink. Everyone tends to laugh at me because they're surprised. Great to know, and thank you, Elle and Eliz-sha.
So with that case, then be careful what people give you to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know when I turned 19 or 20, I went to a birthday party with my teacher, because I was in a college, and the kids, the students and they roofied me. It took me quite a few years to figure that out. But I went from having a drink to couldn't remember anything for days, for a day. And my teacher didn't reproof me for not being able to handle school for a few days. So yeah, and he was the kind of guy that would have been in on it. So yeah, be careful because I'm not a drink. My name is Self. I'm not a drinker either. So, and I did see something to do with drinks, but I don't see that happening with your friends. So just have fun. That was quite a few years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Lynn New Yen Nig posted her Instagram and Facebook page in the chat and says, "You guys are amazing, and if you're interested, give her a follow. Her artwork is gorgeous.
It's amazing.
She does zodiac signs.
She did a whale that was swimming the other day. It was gorgeous. I loved it.
We also have an interview with her on our page. I can't remember. I might have put it on YouTube. No. If not, it's on the to-do list.
Yeah, and we're going to do an interview with her again one of these days because she was fabulous. It was a really super interesting interview. She's an extremely good, knowledgeable human being. And look her up. Her books are good. Her artwork is fabulous, and she has a way of making it move on Facebook, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. And Jen, yes, it is scary.
Christina Tor says, "Thank you, Eliz-sha and Elle. Namaste." Vidya Maharaj says, "Hi, ladies. Good night. Can you please check if my deceased husband has any messages for me? His name is Ramesh Maharaj.
Ramesh.
And I apologize if I pronounced that wrong."
Okay, this is exactly what I got. He says, "I love you. And I had it and it went away. Why do they do that?" Okay, tell me again. He apologizes for not understanding you as well as he should have while he was alive. I guess he's seeing you in a whole new light now that he's on the other side, and he sees that you have a lot more than he recognized while he was alive. He wants you to be as happy as you possibly can. And I'm not sure what that entails. And there's something there about family member, but I'm not. I can't quite hear him clearly on that respect. But there's somebody there, something there for you.
Maybe Erin might have better luck.
Yeah, Erin might. So come back
next Monday.
I'm not sure when she's on again. I think it might be next Monday.
Basically, just ring the bell for notifications, both for on YouTube and if you follow us on Facebook as well.
Erin always comes on at 3:00 Pacific time, unless something has happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nicole Hamu says, "It wasn't my birthday. It was my nephew's birthday. They live 3 to 4 hours away from me. Would be nice to see him again. Thank you very much, and God bless."
Okay. Yeah, it would be nice. So we must be over an hour because I'm a little fatigued.
We are.
I would like to go back to the Polynesian Princess.
Okay.
If you're still on Polynesian Princess, I'd like to go back to Cameron. But I'm sorry, I still get that his nose he's in a snit. His nose is out of joint for some reason or other. Maybe he's maybe he thinks that you should have invited him. I'm not sure. But his nose is definitely out of, and I'd like to give you more, but I thought there might be more, but no. I apologize.
So, are you up to asking or answering a couple more questions, or should we just say goodbye here?
Well, let's answer Malapelli.
Okay.
Did anybody else ask before her? I am running out of steam though.
Yeah. Ka City asked, "Hey, do you see me being in a relationship with this Virgo guy long distance?"
You might be, but but eventually, it has to become close because long distance has a tendency to have a lot of problems. A lot of problems eventually. So there's nothing stopping you, and it's fun for a while. But unless things shift and change, it is just a fun thing. I think Malipali that he wants to know when everything is legalized and out of the way so that he knows you're 100% free and clear. I do think there is a potential. It depends on how gun shy he is, that he wants to make a relationship with you, at least have a ring, and so it sort of has a legal basis. I'm not sure about marriage. I'm not actually picking up marriage, but some form of legal basis, and an engagement is a legal basis in many countries. You have a lot more rights as a fiance than you do as a girlfriend. So when things are done, let him know.
So Dawn's Light is wondering about what she should do, what they should do about their professor.
Dawn's Light.
If you have the energy, if not,
I can't promise you'll be. I can't promise you, but let's see. So gather as much physical evidence as you can, and even take your Android or your phone and put it on speaker while you talk to him, and take it to the authorities if necessary. It might simply be that he's going through a rough time, or it could be that he's just an ace. My feelings are that he needs some specific type of counseling, and what's happening is not something that you should be having to deal with. So physical evidence, okay? It's the people who go and communicate with the higher ups that will get action. But without the evidence, it has to be evidential. It cannot be emotional. All right?
So how are you doing?
If it's important, I'll do it. If it's not, if it's just a general one that can wait till Friday, I would rather wait till Friday.
Okay. Because Gabriela Almamia is wondering if what's happening to her right now is payback or a
Gabrielle.
Almamia, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
or a challenge. I'm gonna switch challenge to lesson.
I'm going to lean to payback rather than challenge or lesson, which means it's a lesson regardless. So step back from the situation, breathe deeply. Again, evidential, anything that you can acquire that's evidential, no emotions, just evidence, and see if you can deal with it from some other point of view, maybe from an authority, a different authority's point of view, because it does not seem to be, does not feel like it's 100% valid. Okay, everything needs to be evidential. You cannot just, so he said, she said. You do that, out the window. Okay?
And Lori, if you remind me next on Friday, we can answer about your brother if you don't mind. I'm not as good of a medium as Mom is, but
So Aaron would probably, what's her brother want?
She just wants to know how he's doing. He left too soon and died in her arms.
Okay.
Yeah, he just came to mind. I
Okay.
pick up he just wants to remind her that he's there and he loves her.
He wants you to know he's doing much better. He's not completely better, but he's surrounded by wonderful people, and he's learning a lot. He's being educated, and yeah, he loves you. But he has learned a lot, and he's getting better. All right.
Yeah, that's basically what I got too.
Okay.
So.
I am done, folks. I am sorry. I'm not. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. Karma Flores will be welcome. We'll be back on Friday with the at least 2 of the weekly Q&As.
And Elizabeth will be on, and she will probably answer questions too at the end of her. At the end,
she will be on
Friday.
Facebook page.
Wisdom Seekers Facebook page. Probably.
You're pretty lucky if you join us. We'll probably be on for at least 2 hours.
100 minutes last time. She is very interesting. She is the most interesting human being. Very knowledgeable. I love talking to her. I'm just sitting there going, oh, because she knows so much and it's so interesting. And we can talk. You can ask her any kind of question
about the dead.
Except about the dead. Forget that. I answer those. Or Aaron will answer those.
Yeah. But yeah, all the links to Facebook and both the group and the page are in the description down below. Ring the bell for notifications for the next time we are on live here on YouTube. And I want to thank everybody for joining us and all our mods who are freaking amazing.
Thank you.
And our community who is just freaking amazing. Thank you for being so amazing.
So Lori Dodson says, drop a like, and I read his something else. not so polite.
Go home, Mom. You're drunk.
I'm tired. So Dawn Light, yeah, be careful of this guy. He's malicious.
And thank you, B. Erla. She says, you are both amazing. Thank you so much. And
you guys going to make my head pop.
Right? And Vale Pele says, thank you so much, my dears.
Yes.
And Dawn Light says, I know.
Yeah, make sure everything is evidential. No emotions. If you go in with emotions, they're going to throw it out.
And Lori Dotson says, go to bed.
I'm going to have supper. But with that, I'm going to go. Namaste. Namasko.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you guys soon.
Hopefully. I love doing this, honest to God. But I do get tired after a while.